Hi, Karen with you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I have a scrapbook layout for Kitaholic Kits, and this is for the November 2022 kit. Seeing this is my first layout of the month, I thought I'd give you a little bit of a preview on what came in this month's kit. And oh my goodness, it is a heap of fun. I had so much fun playing with this month's kit. It is chock full of Vicky Bouton print shop collection. And there are so many opportunities for fussy cutting, and you know how much I love fussy cutting. Those beautiful florals, the hearts, and those beautiful circles. Just so many options here. And we have so many different colour tones as well to choose from. We have some of the Vicky Bouton, which she's always famous for, I think, is around the blue tones that she gets. She has beautiful sapphire blue tones that go into her collections, and I love it every time. One of my favourite things about these kits this month is from the Vicky Bouton side of things is not a lot of black. Sometimes her black B-sides really drive me nuts, but the B-sides of these collections this month are some of the greens and a little bit of purples and blues and things like that. So I had heaps and heaps of fun creating with this kit this month. And probably one of my favourite pieces was that piece there with the print. I really loved that print style on the background with a little bit of mixed media thrown in there with those black splatters. So yeah, heaps and heaps of fun, like I said. Now we also get some of the ephemera pieces from the same collection as well, from Print Shop. And these are fantastic florals and leaves and leaf fronds and things like that. And we've got some really great title pieces in this one as well. I'm absolutely loving the Good Times Moments ones there. They feel like they're more of a banner across the page, and they are heaps of fun as well. And the flowers come in some larger sizes, but also some small ones as well, which I really love. It really allows you to be a little bit more creative when there's sort of a mixture of the sizes of those flowers. Great leaves as well. Some of them are in green tones and some in the blue, so it's perfect. We also get some of the thicker phrases as well. And one of the great things about the collections here with the Vicky Bouton ones is there's lots of little patterns as well. There's arrows and there's stars and there's hearts and things like that, which is just fantastic and beautiful colours again. Now, one of my favourite things from the kit this month is the film strips there, which are from 49 and Market. They are absolutely my favourite piece, I think, this month. We also got some wood veneer in hearts and some doilies as well. Now, onto the mixed media. Oh my goodness. I absolutely adore this month's mixed media kit. It is definitely something different that we haven't had for a little while, and I am in love. These are metallic paints from Lumiere, and the colours are just fabulous. There is some gold and rose gold and magenta and turquoise, and seriously, if you don't have the mixed media kit, please hop online, see if there's any left. I would strongly encourage you to get these ones, and if you've got it, you're going to love it. Absolutely going to love it when they arrive in the mail. All right, so let's get stuck into my layout. As I mentioned, those film strips were my favourite, and I often love to start my creations each month with something that really sings to me. I find it really helps me get motivated and really kicks off my creative process when I get my kits. So I knew I was going to use these film strips in some way. I was just looking for whether I was going to use some of the mixed media on this one, but I do decide against it because how I'm heading in my mind now is I'm going to use the film strips as if they were mixed media and really give some really big layers underneath my photos there. So I'm just using them to really ground the page. And I am imagining them as being my mixed media. And I just love this look, and I thought they were a perfect match to the photos that I'm also using today. And I love that the film strips have got some different colour tones as well, so it was just Like I said, really creatively, is exactly down my wheelhouse. I was really excited once I got started with this particular layout. And really, once I'd pulled together the film strips and identified some of the florals that I wanted to use, I leant towards having some of the blue florals and then adding in that splash of yellow. I love blue and yellow tones together. I think I have scrapped it several times. It is definitely a color palette that really, really works for me. And this layout honestly came together in about 25 minutes. It was super, super quick. Once I'd made the decision around those film strips, it just came together so, so quickly. And I really love that about creating sometimes. Once you get started, it doesn't take very long. I mean, I love also if a layout takes hours to create, because it means that, there's something that's really sung to me as well. But for this one, it was just a sweet spot that I managed to fill. So what I'm doing with my flowers here, I am curling up the edges, and I'm popping most of these up on some cardboard as well to add some dimension to the page. And for some of these, what I decided to do this time was to use, again, the anchoring pieces for me were the film strips. So I don't actually have all the florals touching each other, which is quite different for me. I do tend to have most of my clusters touching, but how I've just designed it for this month was my florals are attached to the film strips. So I've put a little bit of a gap between some of the ephemera, and I really like that that's given the opportunity to still be able to see the film strips, so that's where I was sort of thinking in my mind. I'm hoping I'm making sense when I'm rambling on here today. And then just to fill a couple of spots in there on that bottom left-hand side cluster, I do add in just a couple of the leaf sprigs and a couple of the fuller leaves as well. And that pretty much finishes the layout. It was super, super simple, like I said. And I love these title pieces. Like I said at the beginning, they feel like a bit of a banner piece, and I just thought that they were perfect. And so I'm finishing off the layout just adding a few more pieces, giving that edge to some of the leftover sides there. So at at the very top there, I felt it was missing something, and at the right hand side of my photo, just to balance out all of those pieces. I then do add in a couple of the arrows from the thickest sticker sheet as well, and a couple of the gold hearts. I just thought that was a great contrast on the page as well. And a final flourish on the layout is to add some gold splatters just around the clusters specifically, and that will finish off my layout. I've got some completed close-ups here as well. As always, I will pop in the description box below all the details of where you can get this month's kit. And like I said, I would strongly encourage you to grab this one if you're not a subscriber. It is a great example of the type of kits that Kitaholics produces every month, and you would have super, super fun. Oh, that's right. Sorry, I completely forgot. I did do a black doodle border around the edge as well, just to finish off the page. All right, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you spending some creative time with me, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.